So allow me to introduce you to my own sleep-ometer, which I use to determine if I've earned the privilege to sleep at night or not. Well, I'll start asking myself, is the work done? If the answer is yes, I'll go to sleep. If the answer is no, I'll then ask myself, well, is it late? If the night is still young, I'll go do it. But if it's already pretty late, I'll go do it anyway. However, life goes beyond work, and unexpected circumstances do happen. What if it's already 3 in the morning and I still struggle to call it a day? I'll go do it. Anyway, I love keeping myself busy, and it's easily met by my multifaceted interest. So starting at my junior year, I decided that it was time to stop messing around. I wanted to live a quality and meaningful junior year. So already being one of the only two in my grade who qualified for both AP Calc BC and AP Physics C in my grade, I signed up for 6 classes in total, 3 additional AP exams that I had to study independently, all kinds of extracurricular activities that I don't even have the time to mention, cross-country, and the role of student technology assistant. So I uninstalled my video games and cut my sleeping time in response to my increased workload. And for a while, I think I had everything going well. And I believed that all it would take is more determination and more self-control to drive myself forward. Well, little did I know how unstable my schedule was. A quarter into the semester, the printers at my school deteriorated into a constant stage of malfunction. I and my buddies spent hours and hours, weekends, holidays, trying to ameliorate the mayhem caused by the unresponsive printers. Seriously, look at that face after fixing printers for 10 hours in a row. If that is not a sincere smile, I don't know what is. Every day, all kinds of people ask us to fix the printers, and it didn't seem to stop. And I know some of you inside this audience have asked us to do the same thing. Again, this increased time investment required me to reorganize my schedule. But this time, I had no more slot in my schedule to spare. What ended up being sacrificed was academics, and once again, sleeping time. But I thought was a simple process of once again, improvise, adapt, and overcome. Well, I was out of luck. Charged with the fatigue from the lack of sleep and the frustration from the unsuccessful interactions with printers, I appeared to school every day, sullen and hostile. One day I woke up, and I felt like everyone around me has done me something wrong. Meanwhile, I had more and more homework to do, and yet I started to procrastinate. The video games that I uninstalled earlier have somehow managed to be reinstalled on my phone, and they suck up hours and hours of my life. One day, after I turned in a horrible piece of history paper, I realized, this schedule is unsustainable. Here is one bad history paper, and more are on the way. I showed up to cross-country like a zombie, and I raged over random issues, and that consumed a large chunk of my life. I needed to make a change. When I, the tech officer, yell at students for unsuccessful attempts of setting up the printers, no one is being helped. The only result is that both people being very unhappy. If I feel like everyone around me has done me wrong, the truth is the world owes me absolutely nothing. I am the only one that has done myself wrong. I overcommitted myself. I overestimated myself that I could achieve everything. And individual heroisms like this has proven pernicious before to me. My thoughts went back to last summer when I, alone studying in Spain, decided to celebrate my 17th birthday with an impromptu mountain climb. When I was only a few hundred feet away from the top, I accidentally spilled my water bottle and lost all of my water. The summit was right there. I could see it. And another 20 minutes would do it. But I made a decision of backing down, which couldn't have been better. because after the almost fatal midsummer Spain sunshine made me finish this 1,000 feet descent by half walking, half sliding on my butt, I couldn't walk. I poured half a gallon of water down my throat before I ended this catastrophic mountain climbing by calling an Uber back home. And I feel so bad for the Uber driver because I made a mess in his car with all of the dust on my body. I probably would not have the chance of speaking to you right here had I not given up that mountain climb. Because there wasn't even an inch of my skin unscratched on my leg. So drawing my attention back from these dangerous experiences, I decided to take a leave from my tech officer position. It's great to be out of one's comfort zone, but challenging oneself has nothing to do with panicking. We do not learn that way. Or do we really? After I resumed my position, I learned one extra phrase. If I see an extraordinarily difficult tech challenge, I start to say, no, we don't support that. It's not a sign of disqualification, and I actually received more support among the student body after I picked up that phrase. I often say yes to things timorously and reluctantly. Or reluctant because I don't really want to do it, but yet timid because I think if I say no, I'll let the people down. I assume that since I'm the person being asked, I'm one of the very few that can accomplish this task. So then I say yes, overriding all of my judgments, and just let the work piling up until my brain sends the sign of overwork by just uncontrollable procrastination, such as playing games for 3 hours in a row. And with that, even more work is piling up, and I send myself into this vicious cycle. The only solution to that is to refuse these demands that I cannot take in the first hand. I find it also helpful to realize that if my body turns into dust in the next second, the earth keeps spinning. I know you guys will just be looking disappointed because the speaker just disappeared, but other people will just find someone else to fulfill their demands. I'm not an absolute need for everyone. Neither are their requests what keep me alive. This thought suppresses the individual heroism that has convinced me that I could achieve everything. If I cannot achieve everything, I have to focus on the most important element of my life. I cannot sacrifice my bigger picture for other side-tracking tasks, such as staying up until 4 a.m. investigating how to track down irresponsible printer users while laying aside my AP chemistry homework. I have to focus on the most important aspects of my life, such as health, academics, while refusing some of the other tasks. As Steve Jobs puts it, focus is about saying no. People say the word no is the most powerful word in the English language. And I, as a polyglot, I want to take this a step further. The word no and its equivalents in any other language are some of the most powerful words of this world. Thank you.